Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Ireland Live for Thursday, the 29th of May, 2025. My name is Paul Fitzsimons. I'll be joined by Orla Donoghue now. As soon as I send her on the link, I'm only back in the door. I had to go and do something, but yeah, we have a packed show tonight. There we have, oh Jesus, we have Ain 2. We're talking about Ain 2. We're talking about African migrant today. Tried to break into a house this morning, break into an apartment this morning. He was caught. The guy came home. His missus rang him because she was afraid. I'll let you see the video in a minute. I'll talk to you about the Cork bypass. Paul Nolan and Tinker have been out doing their citizen journalism, and they have uncovered another mosque. There's mosques everywhere. I also have this guy, Benjamin, or whatever his name is, from the guy who was given all of the threats and everything else. He has been out. He's been in this country since 2021. I have a video of threats he made in 2021. So, yeah, there's loads of stuff. And then we have, well, as we do, we talk about the vaccines and parasite cover-up, cholesterols. Yeah, there's a few other things. Michelle Keane I want to talk about. I want to talk about Dundalk. And I put up a video today. And myself and Anthony did a video last night. We were out in Citywest. So, please God, the girls from Citywest are tuning in tonight. If you are, fair play to you. And it's great to have you on board. So please just keep sharing this out, people. I'm just going to go to a few comments. Good evening. Hello, delectable Michael John. Yeah, I've always had teddy bears since I was a child. Bring 2 teddy bears with me when I travel. Oh, come on, Michael, will you? You're a grown man. Give it over, will you? Something very suspicious about how the police have handled the case in Liverpool Thursday afternoon, and they're only charging and releasing details. Happened 3 days ago. Listen, think yourself lucky there, mate, because they didn't release the Southport one until it was 3 months before we knew. We knew who he was, but he was a little choir boy. Do you remember? That's what they portrayed him as. You know what I mean? Hey, Michael John. Yeah, good evening, Paul. Yeah, what's this? I've not been following the Liverpool thing. Listen, folks, I smell a rat on it as well myself, but listen, I don't want to comment on it again because they'll come after us and they'll start doing all sorts of shit with us, like, you know what I mean? And everybody, how's everyone? Paul is in the Vatican Archives. Thanks, Drew. Yeah. I'll change it. I still can listen. I'm only to getting back in the door, and the boss is coming up now. Sorry, the boss is coming up there. Sorry, not my co-host, the boss. How's things, Orla?
You're on, Paul.
Yeah, I know. I got a clip around the air. Someone's just posted there. Yeah, Benjamin, I saw that threat today from 2021. My blood is boiling. I sent that to everyone, man. I sent that. Everyone has seen that, like, you know what I mean? But Shamrock Sean, hey, Paul, they have charged it in Liverpool. Think there was, yeah, I do think there's more to it. But again, Sean, I don't want to comment on it as, listen, they shut us down. You know what I mean? This is what they do. You know what I mean? And they're trying to draw us out here. I think there's a lot more to it than meets the eye now, I'm being honest with you. That doesn't look like the same fella that was in the car that has been charged. Yeah, saw it on the Kildare Women chat today. And we were actually, last night, we're up to 300 already there, people. Keep sharing this out here now, everyone. I'm going to, what the 300? That says 1100. That's from the other night, so I better get rid of that and just put 300 in. We're up to 1100 already, people. I think we're flying. So, yeah, there we are. We're up to 300 there, people. Fair play. Keep sharing it out there. You can get us there on. You can live and you can watch live and comment on X at FitzyDub, at Anthony L. Casey, at RuggerMorph27, on Facebook, Paul Fitzsimons, and www.theirishchannel.com/live. And you can also get us. You can send in a text there on the WhatsApp number, which is 089 203 1521. You think I'd be used to this, Orla, wouldn't you? 089 203 1521. I'm actually giving that number out now.
Okay, Paul, it's fine. It's fine. It's just old age.
I don't start with the old age thing now. Come on, give it over. I'm not having that old age shit anymore. No.
Sorry, too late. Too late.
Let's go. Evening all, Frank Power.
Evening all. Frank.
Michael John Dennis is also an Irish Manchester and is a gay troll subverting the conversation. Come on, Jamie. That's not nice now. You know what I mean? Come on, Michael
Michael's
John
lovely.
he's a lovely man. I couldn't
He
say
is.
a bad word against Michael, so I'm not having a bad word said against him here. Evening all. Hello, Jamie. There. Thank you, Jamie. That's not true. Yeah, you're right, Michael John. Hi, Paul. Hi, Orla. Hi, Orla. Hi, Paul. My sound is terrible. Okay, do you know why that is? Because I forgot to put my mic up. Is that any better, everyone? I forgot to put my mic up. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Yeah, evening Orla, evening Paul. They threw a dummy on top of the car in Liverpool. Watch the video again. Oh, I will. Ronan. Hi, Paul, Orla. How's the 3 cats and 2 puppies, Orla?
They're fine. I've only one here.
Yeah. Hello. Hiya, everyone. Do not let Liverpool turn your head. We've much bigger fish to fry. Condolences to the people of Liverpool. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we have bigger fish to fry. Derek Gard. All right, Orla. Yeah. Orla, if you can you send me Paul Miho's latest script media trip to the stain he shows for Ben? Miho and Martin. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'll see if I can get that up there. Ben was actually there last night. We were out in.
I didn't see that. Was this from last night? You frozen.
Yes, sorry. Is there any update on the parasite roaming around threatening the Slash folks? Yes, well, apparently
he's been arrested. I think he was arrested in Portlaoise. But look, he's probably out walking the streets now and giving a free house and more money.
Yeah, I'm just going.
And free medical card.
I'm actually on the AC call there, and I can't hear it. I just can't. But no, he has been. He have him in custody, and there's going to be extra charges or something. I have a few videos from the Get there, and I'm going to play. 12 hours in the rain and didn't get home until midnight. Jesus Christ! Seriously,
hi, Katrina.
King or Tato? I'm a king man myself.
Tato.
King. No, King. King. Do you know what I like about King? They're more greasier. There's more oil. There's more. Oh, they're just.
There's an awful smell of King crisps, so you can really get the smell of them.
Yeah, they're lovely smell. What do you mean?
No.
But Tato, listen, I'll eat Tato if no King, but I'd rather have King on a sandwich with real butter. You know. Yeah, Tato. No. Do you know? I'll tell you, right, lads and ladies, if you can go up the north and get the yellow Tato, yeah, then I'll definitely pick them over King any day. The yellow Tato. Did you ever get them? They're real salty, really, really salty. They're beautiful. Yeah. Now I've frozen. Okay, YouTube.
No, you're okay. Lads, I said that was before.
Lads, what's your views on Nick Delahanty for president? Yeah, listen, I spoke to Nick. I'm going to be honest with you. Nick has not nailed his flag to the mast with the migration thing. And I don't think Nick is one of us. I know he speaks and he helps us and he does great work. But I'm sorry, unless you're willing to put your flag to the mast and say, yeah, I'm anti-immigration, I'm anti-this, I'm anti-that. He's afraid of being called names again. And Nick has already said he would gladly join Fianna Fáil in the morning. So no, you know what I mean? Not for me. I'm going to be honest with you. He said, he said that yesterday or the day before.
What, yesterday or the day before?
Paul, you're a traitor.
Did he join Fianna Fáil?
No, he said that a couple of months ago, yeah. King on batch bread. Yes, I would love that as well. But listen, I love the work he does, everything else. But I'm going to be honest with you, Nick, if I can get a couple of councillors to put my name forward, I'll run for president. Fitzy for president. That's what you want. There's Patter. How are you, gang?
Patter, how are you? But why would you say you want to join Fianna Fáil? Like, that's going into the lion's dead. Sorry,
he said he would. He said he would. You know what I mean? This was it could have been last year. I remember Gavin saying it to me, or someone said it to me. You know what I mean? That he said it on a podcast or something. But
right.
Listen, if you're going to get,
because I share a lot of Nick stuff. I
share all Nick stuff. I really do. But I think for the movement, and he hasn't nailed. He just hasn't done it for me. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? And then he was putting out stuff that was for the Oigo Cafe and everything else. The lads done all that investigations a whole lot for them, but and he did put out that the lads had done the investigations a whole lot, but he's just not. I don't know. You know what I mean? Now this is just me. I don't think he's for nationalism. You know what I mean? I really don't. You know what I mean? Like, we're out on the streets, we're doing what we have to do. You know what I mean? And if you're not out with us, well, then you're not with us. That's just the way I see it. You know what I mean? Like, we can all go to marches and do a speech and do a talk, but if you're not boots on the ground, you know what I mean? I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Or for president. Oh, look.
No.
Yeah. we all know what it was like when she ran the last time, for fuck's sake. She's mad. But she could go for president now.
No.
Thanks for that. Seeing the vid from Clondalkin last night. What a parasitic traitor to the people of the area. Yeah, he was. I'll fill you in on what happened last night, and then I'll play the video of me and Anthony then after. What party is Ben Gilroy with now? Doing the late Gilroy
Liberty Republic is what his
Liberty
party
Republic,
is.
Yeah. No, he's with Liberty Republic, Ben is, yeah, he is, yeah. Real cook.
Yeah.
I like the man Benji and Drake.
What was I going to say, Paul? What part of I'm going to be quietly behind the scenes? That's where I'm going to be, hiding in the shadows.
Yeah, let's go.
Unfortunately, I keep getting dragged out of the shadows.
Yeah. Here it is ringing me the usual. But I'll talk to you now, baby. But yeah, Fitzy Don El Presidento. Sorry, what did just let me see?
Well, now listen, hey. You've got great advice from Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah. Just let me read this. The likes of your man Benji and Dre Cannon are using threats against the nationalist movement to get fast-track preferential housing with guarded protection. That is their plan. It is their plan. Yeah, you're right. It is. I think your man, the two of them should be just deported, just brought to the airport. Good luck to you.
Yes,
you good luck. Yeah. If that was me that was threatening him,
I know.
Or Benji or anyone, Muslims or anything like that, I would be deported. Look at the guy who's in. Look at the guy who was done for Mary Lou McDonald. He said he was going to kill Mary Lou McDonald. I'm going to be honest, lads. If somebody tells you they're going to bleed and kill you, they're not going to kill you. You know what I mean? If someone's going to kill you, they're not going to tell you. They'll come up behind you and cut your throat or do what you have to do or shoot you or whatever. They're not going to tell you. Simple as. But yet this guy got a suspended sentence, I think, or whatever. Fitzy Donnell, president. I love his work. Howdy, people. Another Stephen Donnelly. Yeah, wasting their time on controlling our diet. Lefty twats. Right. I'm going to just play this video of me and Anthony. Okay. This is us just outside the thing last night. What happened was we went out to the Hotel. No, it was about the Citywest. It was in the Green Oil Hotel, and it was great.
Oh, the Green Oil Hotel, yeah.
250 people there. It was brilliant. And Anthony spoke for a minute. I spoke for a minute. Like I told him I was involved with the Kulak says no thing and the injunction case, and they all started clapping. It was brilliant. I have to say, it was nice to hear. You know what I mean?
I don't think I sent it on to you. But after that, we should show the video of your man from Sinn Féin calling people fascists. So that'd be good to show that as well.
Well, he got up and he said his words were, now there was lads down the back from South Dublin says no. There was me from Kulak says no, and whatever the says no groups. I was representing us. I was representing Ireland First, and he was there. We were all there. There was women talking about this. There was women talking about migrants attacking them, the whole lot. And a few of the lads from South Dublin says no, got talking. I got talking, as I said. And then he got up. It was his turn to talk. Like, we weren't up on the stage. We were just talking with a mic at the side. Then he got up and he said, you have to realise, typical Ruth Coppinger shite as well. You know what I mean? She does that as well. She gets up and gets, puts it out there who we are and what we are. You know what I mean? And he says, you have to realise these are far right and they're fascists, and the people booed him over and booed him off the stage. You know what I mean? He was got off the stage. The meeting was finished then, and we went outside, but it seems he got back up on the stage afterwards. I think Ben Scallon was there. He has the whole rigmarole, but he was booed off the stage, and I shouted up to him. You can hear me in the video. I'll find it now in a minute. You can hear me shouting up. It's because of the likes of people like you that people won't come out and protest. And that is true. They frighten people. You know what I mean? You're an ist, you're an ism, you're a phobe. It's bullshit. So I'll just play the video of me and Anthony there now, and I'll come back and talk in a minute.
How are you doing? Anthony Casey here, the President of Ireland First. I'm here with Paul Fitzsimons, AC member of Ireland First as well. And we were just at the Saggart and Citywest Concerned Citizens meeting about an iPass centre, well, about Citywest being bought as a mega iPass centre. A few people spoke, myself and Paul spoke as well. We spoke about, I did say that a few people seemed a bit naive, that RT were going to help out if we did it a certain way, and that they should be getting grassroots involved. Now, a certain Sinn Féin councillor got up there and was booed off the stage.
A guy called William Carey got up and more or less said that we were all far right, that we weren't concerned citizens and everything else. And listen, we are all just concerned citizens. Everyone knows that, you know what I mean? But he sort of singled out a few people, a few dissenting voices, me included. And I actually had a chat with the people. I told the people that we had got the Coolock case off the ground, and I was part of that team that did that. I left the number there now, and they will contact me tomorrow. And please God, we can get this working for these.
Look, if you want help from the people, you can't half ask for it. The concerned people are the people in Clondalkin says no, that he vilified today by calling them far right. There are people in South Tallaght says no, South Dublin says no, Coolock says no, Sinn Féin people. They're members of these parties like Ireland First who get out and help these people, who rally grassroots movement on the ground. So I think it's a disgrace. Sinn Féin are complicit. He got up to say that his kids lived in the area, but then don't run for a party who's complicit with destroying the country. So I think it is very important. This is going to be a mega iPass centre. Well, not here, this is the Green Isle where they held the meeting, but Citywest needs a lot of traction, a lot of attention, a lot of boots on the ground, and we'll be watching this very closely.
And it makes no sense either that it's been sold for 100 million and the turnover is 50 odd million a year. You know what I mean? Now, we were told there tonight that they will still be running the Citywest, but the government will just own it. But from what we've been led to believe over the last week or so, these are going to be turned into detention centres. They're not going to be iPass centres anymore. And these people are actually getting housed in houses that belong to Irish people from these iPass centres. And unless you have the backing of South Dublin says no, Coolock says no, we've seen it in Carrick Cross, we've seen it in Donegal, we've seen it in Kenny, we've seen it all over. People power works. And unless you bring these people into the communities, it's no good having 10 or 15 people. We protested Knock about 3 months ago, and there was 5 people from Knock. So what I will say is people need to get boots on the ground. Don't be worried about getting called an ist or an ism or anything like that, or losing your job. If enough of you stand up, we will win this fight.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it's well said, because it doesn't matter. You have to forget about what your neighbour thinks or your work colleague at this stage. Ireland is being destroyed. A woman up the front, a young woman, was talking about being followed, people getting raped, the guards not helping at all, the TDs certainly aren't helping at all. So people need to start. Are they going to call her far right? That young woman who said that? I think it's a disgrace what this country has gotten to. The people in power, and that are selected, not elected, I might add. But it's Sinn Féin, it's the likes of Ireland First, that putting the Irish people first, because we have a record number of homeless in this country, over 5,000 kids, over 10,000 adults, and we have a record housing crisis and record crime now, thanks to the elected in this country, or the selected, I should say.
We would have no housing crisis in this country. This is a supply and demand issue. If you stop the demand, you don't have to give the supply. And people in there said it's not the migrants' fault. It is the migrants' fault. They're coming here. It's their choice to come here. They also said that our government are this and our government are that. Our government are not running this country. Europe is running this country, and it needs to stop now. We have a Dublin 3 agreement in place that if you come into a safe country before you come into this country, you get deported back to that safe country. And that's it, as far as Aaron Gabra and everyone in the fight.
Thanks very much, guys.
Thank you.
What's the fluff on Anthony's face?
I know. Listen, I'll be seeing him on Sunday. He's giving me a lift to Clonmel, and I'll be having words.
Well done to Ace, Ballyfermot and the lads county councillors from the north side, standing by the people at Tallaght ABB building iPass. Yeah, Tom has been up there with us as well a few times. So yeah, fair play to everyone who gets involved. But this is what I said this last night. Unless you have South Dublin says no, Coolock says no, Ringsend says no, East Wall says no, Cork, all the says no groups. We've seen what people power has done in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, I know.
There was Coolock. Look, you have to hand it to the guys at Coolock who stood there through thick and thin. You know what I mean? They were there every night. They camped. It was brilliant. That we were working behind the scenes with the court case and the whole lot. But this is what happens when communities come together. You know what I mean? You have to have people who are willing to put themselves forward and be there.
Yeah.
Fair play to everyone that was there. I stayed there 1 or 2 nights just at the start, the whole lot, and then I started to dwindle into the background because of obvious reasons, because I fell out with a couple of people, and which has been sorted out now and the whole lot. But this is what you need. You have to have all these people on board. These people will come out and help you. Your Ballina says no. They're all traveling. But as I said last night, people from Knock, we done Knock. You were there, Orla. There was 5 people from Knock there with us, wasn't there? And there was 300 of us. And the media get a hold of this, and they start, the far right have travelled from Drogheda, Dundalk, Donegal, Dublin, Cork, just to be here to protest. We're there to help the people, but the people need to help themselves. And we spoke last night to a couple of girls out there who were beautiful girls. They were lovely. They're willing to do, one of them was a singer, lovely girl, Rebecca. She's willing to do a concert to go to fund all this, you know what I mean? Because it's going to cost a few quid. And if you're listening, girls, fair play to you for tuning in. But we need everybody on board, you know what I mean?
We've said it several times. You have to have people from the local, community, the local county out. There's no point in just having nationalists there. There has to be the locals there. Yeah.
There's John Malloy just said that too. 100%, Paul. People got to forget the tags that's put on them. We have to be getting people out at a local basis. Knock, Bundoran, Sligo, Letterkenny, all being taken over by international protection. How the hell can we get more on the streets? That's the question. People just need to do it. And I heard your interview on the radio there. I think it was last week or the week before after the protest, when your man tried to bait you in and say, oh, well, they're your people. No, they're not my people, because the people in this town are afraid to come out, because all of these councillors and all of these people that are running the iPass own all the buildings down there that these people are living in. And if they come out, the houses are gone. They've nowhere to live anymore. And fair play to you for saying that, John. And I'm glad he let you say that, you know. But this is the thing. It's the same in Kerry with the cartel in what do you call them bleeding two brothers with the hats? The Healy Rays that Michelle is fighting against. They own half of the town. You know what I mean? So people are afraid to come out against them, and that's the problem here. Like, you know what I mean? Does anyone know what country Benjamin Petrie is from? He's from Budapest. Yes, he's from Budapest.
Oh, right. Okay.
He's from Budapest.
So, seeing as we just did that video there, have you got the clip from the Sinn Féin guy talking? Because it'd be good for people to see that.
Hang on, have I?
Because it really does say it all about Sinn Féin. Like, most of us know anyway what they're like.
I don't think I downloaded it, but
you get it on net. It was on Grip, I think.
I seen Ben put that up. Yeah, he did. Yeah, but let me just Twitter. See, this still comes up as Twitter, not X. Just let me get gripped. But there's been. Like, Ben was there. I was talking to Ben after it, like, you know what I mean? And he said that was just disgraceful. He said it was disgraceful.
Oh, it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
No respect, but sure, what do we expect?
Yeah.
But I keep saying this time and time again. These people in the Dáil can take no responsibility for their actions. It's always everybody else's fault, you know? Oh, yeah. Like, you know, they speak to people whatever way they want. There is no respect, you know?
Yeah. Here we go. Wait till you hear this now. And there's actually a 5-minute one there that I might play as well, just to get this out here, because people need to know what's going on in the Citywest. You know what I
mean? I've listened intently to what was being said here tonight. I've heard a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety, and I think a lot of that is genuine. I have absolutely no problem in coming along, assisting, helping, and talking to people who are expressing their fears. What I won't accept is to be termed a traitor or anything else by any far-right activist who's just walked out the door here. Anyone who thinks that Clondalkin says no is not a far-right activist is not realistic. They are nothing more than fascists, and I will have nothing got to do with those. And I suggest that
Down interrupted.
That said, that said,
Sorry. Please. Can we bring it back to the meeting? Yeah. Can we just bring the level down? This is a community meeting.
My intention is not to show. My intention is to people who will come out there to act in a genuine manner. I have absolutely no problem with that.
Okay, great. That's fine.
What did I just say? Excuses, excuses, no apology, no, oh my God, I'm so sorry for what I said. Like, just excuses, blame everybody else. Typical politician. You're on mute.
Did you hear them all clapping when I shouted up? It's because of people like you that people won't come out and protest. Everyone's there clapping for that. It was great. Like, you know what I mean? It really was. You've hit 600 there, people. Fair play. We're only 20 minutes in, so fair play. Keep sharing it out there. As I said, you can share it out there on X, Fitzy Dub, Anthony Casey, Rugamurph, Facebook, Prophet Simons, and the Freedom Network. I think I'm on tonight, and www.yourishchannel.com/live. Ferg, hello Ferg, and everyone. Thanks Ferg for tuning in. He just texted me there, and fair play to you.
Hi Ferg.
Yeah, we'll be heading to Clonmel, I think, on Sunday, Ferg. So
yes, there'll be a good few of us there. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Hello, everyone. Morning. Attempted hijacking in Donegal at 3 a.m. this morning by 3 foreign men armed with a knife.
Oh my God!
And that's allegedly. We're not saying that happened. It's allegedly. No. Yeah, I'm a Tato man. 280 clowns, whatever that is. The priests in Knock are a disgrace. I heard this as well.
Yeah, none of them out. None of them.
No. But the priest is actually preaching it on the thing, on the altar, saying that we need to be welcoming, and all the old people are listening to him, you know. Remember, not far right, but right so far.
Right so far, yes, Dave.
People, we were talking about this last night outside the Green Oil. Don't start off your sentences anymore that, oh, I'm not far right, but, you know, no, you're not far right. You are a concerned parent and a concerned patriot for this country, and that's what these people need. That's what they know we are. They know what we are, but they just try to label us as far right. Listen, that's all making up names. Making up names don't hurt me. You know what I mean? John Malloy doing a great job around Ireland. Yeah, fair play. Tato, piss off. Yeah, but there is another one there. I'm just actually going to. Hang on. With 5 minutes, so get up out there. We don't want you. Okay, I'm going to play this, right? Yeah, we'll play this one and we'll come back. This is 5 minutes long, so.
That we want RTE to be nice to us. No matter what we do or what we say, we are going to be cast as far right. And it's time to put on your big boy pants and your big girl jocks and don't worry about it.
Honest, Simon Harris was interviewed on Twitter. He was very open about not getting value for money. And then he went straight in to say that when Citywest comes along, it'll be a game changer. And that is all without ever consulting the people of Saggart. And I really thought it was very high-handed and arrogant of him this morning.
Like that girl over there, we didn't know, most people don't know what's going on. And for the man over there who said that we want RTE to be nice to us, no matter what we do or what we say, we are going to be cast as far right. And it's time to put on your big boy pants and your big girl jocks and don't worry about it. Are we blue in the face at this stage? So that's said to silence people, and it's not working anymore. And it has to, we cannot, we need to take pointers from the people who, like a man over there from the Kulak says now, we need to take the pointers from those people or we're going to be railroaded. With that, it was so disappointing at that meeting. I'd like to know what the TDs, the local TDs have to say. There's a local councillor I see here. And have we had any input from them at all?
Bad enough with all these temporary centres that are around for years, but the big issue with this is that the government wants to ensure that this is a permanent centre, so it will become a permanent migrant camp. And to me, this is the biggest issue. I'm delighted that Kulak has been closed down, that Tala has been stopped, but they were never, well, Kulak is possibly going to be permanent, but like this would be buying it, so it would be permanent forever and ever. This is the very, very concerning thing.
It can be stopped. And that man saying there, we don't want to be taken over by the far right or loud people. You go up to Carrick Cross, you go to there at Kenny. The people in Dublin went up there and helped them people, and that's why that was stopped. This lark is saying this is not happening. No, we don't want the far right. I'm not far right. I'm a concerned father. I have 3 young children, as them people have all in this room. And I'm going to be honest, if you keep thinking the way that man is thinking there, this is a lost cause, I'm telling you now.
I'm a resident of Garters Lane, and so we share the entrance with Citywest. And since it came about, we've been complete victims of harassment, stalking, violence. Through the winter months, I don't leave my house after 6. Like, I run from the news. I try to get the bus because it leaves me outside. I've been followed fully through to my door. I've been chased by a pack of men and filmed. I've actually gone to those Garda forums as well. And I was actually denied leaving a statement when I went to the Dundalk Garda station. So I appreciate what you said about requesting the rates, but I don't think they're there. I've called the guards and contacted Citywest, the Lewis, Dublin Bus, everyone. Even though we're asking for all of these things from the guards aren't helping. Like, they're not helping. When I was harassed, I was told by Rathcoole to go to Dundalk and to leave a statement. And then when I got to Dundalk, they said, Rathcoole should have never told you that, sure, they don't want people up there because they're closed half the time. So I don't really know where we're supposed to lean on for safety. We're saying we've lost transport, a facility, local tourism. We've lost our safety. We've lost, there's probably a reason why there's so many young people at that forum. They can't go out at night.
Well, there's a reason why there's so many people in the room here today.
And if something happens, I've lost that. I used to trust so much in police. I was like, if someone does something wrong, that's fine, it'll be dealt with. It's not. They don't give you pulse numbers. They hang up, the phone goes unanswered. I just don't think those stats are going to be there if we request them.
Are they going to build houses for these? What's the long-term plan for these people? No one comes and answers their questions. I am sick to death of contacting people, standing up, speaking up. I am no more racist than the man in the moon. I'm an ordinary concerned parent for my kids and my safety in my community, which I'm paying a mortgage for, by the way. And no, I don't care where you live or who you are or how much your house is. We don't have a veto, but we certainly don't ask for this.
I think this is a crazy suggestion. Already, the amount of asylum seekers in Citywest within 400 yards of the village of Saggart, I think, is an awful affliction on Saggart and also to Rathcoole. It's a great amenity, a great resource for the Irish dancing with snooker championships. And it was great. It hosted the Leader Cup dinner before the tournament started. So all of that has been lost.
Weddings,
and it seems PDs really don't care about it either, as well as then the overall government. So
was very good now, I have to say. Fair play to Ben Scallon there and gripped. Ben was very, I have to say, Ben was great last night. Yeah, he was brilliant.
There's a good crowd at it as
that's
well. It's
it.
great
And
to
that's
see.
what happened. Yeah, it's great. I'm going to be honest. Ben is very good now. I like Ben.
He
You know
is
what I mean?
excellent.
But they were brilliant. They were brilliant, I have to say. But the people of Saggart themselves there, you could see from that, they're far right. These are people who are paying mortgages up to their eyes. Well, probably not up to their eyes, and they're probably living there years, but they're still paying off a mortgage. And you have these gobshites just sailing in here and getting free housing and free houses next door to them. Come on, lads. Do you remember years ago they tried to do this with they tried to buy the council tried to buy a couple of houses in Grange Abbey. I know that just up the road here, and the tenants ran amok because no, they wouldn't have it, and it didn't happen because they were private houses. You know what I mean? Like these people are living down here. The kids go to school beside it. They have to pass by. I was speaking to women last night, and these women just couldn't. You know, it's just horrible for them. You know.
I know.
It's disgraceful. Jesus, Paul, are you still using dial-up internet? No, I'm not. I don't know what happened there. That's actually downloaded into StreamYard, so it must have been a problem with StreamYard there. Ben is quite sharp. Yeah, up did he, man. Selbridge Army Camp, full of them, and an Irish Army Camp. Kilbride, sorry, isn't that where Philip went last year? Yeah, Philip went there last year. But that's where they have people as well. They have them everywhere, lads, everywhere. If you don't want more iPad centres, then you better start paying attention to the EU migration pact, which in fact is the final stage. I cannot understand why no one addresses it. We've read the EU migration pact. We've been through it. Like, we know what the final stage is. That's why we're out on the streets doing what we're doing. You know what I mean? And as I said in that video,
remember, people, this Sunday is Clonmel, if anyone is able to make it. This Sunday. And then next weekend, then obviously we have the big one in Cork.
And then the 22nd. Then, we have is it the 10th?
The doctors one on the 10th of June. No, I think it's the 10th. Is it 10th? The one for the doctors.
Yeah, and then we have June. We also have
the one in Dublin.
Limerick. We have Limerick as well.
Oh, Limerick, sorry.
There's one in Limerick as well, yeah. And
you know what I might just do tomorrow? Maybe do a bit of a collage or something like that and put, all of them together.
Yeah. What's this? Ireland First. Somebody posted there earlier. I heard Derek is trying to take back Ireland First. Well,
no.
You've heard more than I have now, to be honest with you, and I am Ireland First. So
and you're on the 18th.
Derek walked away from Ireland First because he didn't want to be into politics anymore. It's as simple as that. The chap put out a statement himself. Now, I don't know where you are getting all this 2 and 2 makes 6.
He said on the space this evening he voted for Anthony in.
Yes, I know. So as far as I know, Derek doesn't want back in. Hello, John Capone. Is that out there? Fitzy, you're an inspiration, just like the line, fearless in facing challenges and protecting your people. Yeah, I don't care.
Donny, please. He gets enough of that from Michael. He doesn't need any more encouragement. Oh, look,
it's always good. It's always good. It's always good to get encouragement and be appreciated. Like, you know what I mean? You had gobshite. I'm going to be honest with you. What happened? I'm going to just get it out here today. Today, I got a text off you, Orla, and it was about somebody had posted something up on X underneath where myself and Anthony done the video. They posted up on X some girl called Evelyn or Eileen. It turns out it's Derek Blythe's sister or half sister, or I don't know what. This is what I've been told. But she put underneath it a screenshot of. Do you remember we spoke about the Muslim shit that was put up from Coolock there, the WhatsApp thing from last year from the elections? Mm-hmm. She posted that again. She said, Fitzy Dub, you need to come out here and you need to give us answers. Why are you with jihadi Muslims? And she knows that's not true. Knows it's not true. You know what I mean? And then in some of the comments then after, oh yeah, I always knew he was a wrong or whatever. Sure, isn't he done for drugs charges, and wasn't he up on drugs charges? Get a grip, lads. That never happened. So I'm going to be honest with you. I done my own video today, and I'm going to play the video now, actually. Mm-hmm. Just so it is here exactly what I said to counteract this.
Good afternoon, Paul Fitzsimons, Ireland First. I've just been made aware about an hour ago of something that was posted on Twitter about me. I put out a video last night, myself and the President of Ireland First, Anthony Casey, put out a video last night from the Green Isle Hotel. and somebody called Evelyn or Eileen or whoever this deranged lunatic is posted up that I had an affiliation with the Muslim Brotherhood and that I have to explain myself to this and whatever. So I'm going to explain how that came about and how that was all put into the open last year. I was running in the elections for Dublin Bay North last year. I fell out with one or two people up at the Coolock camp, and one of the people up there got this and edited. That's not my, that thing that's up there, that's not me, that wasn't me, that wasn't my WhatsApp. If you look at it, you'll see who it was. But I'm going to be honest with you, the person who actually did that was part of the Coolock Says No movement, was the man who met with the Muslim Brotherhood. Wasn't me. That was all edited and everything else. And contrary to what this person, Evelyn, thinks, that none of them will answer them, that they wiped the floor, that she'd wipe the floor with me. You couldn't wipe the floor with a good mop. Okay, Evelyn, I'm being honest with you. And as for the comments that are going in there now saying that isn't Paul convicted for drug dealing, and me or my family have never been convicted of anything to do with drugs or anything like that. You only have to look at the court case for the knife 3 weeks ago, where the guard, if there was anything there, they would have found it. Trust me, they found my last conviction was 2003 for a driving offence. That's the only conviction there that I have. Okay, so lads, don't be jumping on the bandwagon here. Don't be trying to make me look bad. And I'll be in Cork next weekend. Okay, if any of you have anything to say to me, you see me face, I don't mind putting my face out here. I'm part of the nationalist movement, and I'm not worried about anybody in the nationalist movement. There's nobody in this movement or any other movement that I'm afraid of. Remember that, okay? And I don't like the comments that's going out there. You tried to blacken Anthony's name a few weeks ago. You tried to blacken Martin Murphy's name. You tried to blacken lots of names that have joined for Ireland First. Okay, please stop doing it, because it's not working. Anybody who knows me knows my loyalty and where my loyalty lies, and they cannot question what I do in this nationalist movement. I have sacrificed an awful lot in this movement in order to be here and be where I am today. And as I said, I'm afraid of nobody in any movement, whether it be Sinn Féin, whether it be National Party, whether it be whatever. I don't give a shit who they are. I'm afraid of nobody. If you need to talk to me, you come and talk to me, instead of putting up that shite about me. But as I said, this stuff was all fabricated last year, and I put this to bed last year. So to be bringing it back up again is bullshit. So stop your bullshit. God bless everyone in this fight. Aaron Gabra.
Now, I think that should have put it to bed there now, but she hasn't commented at all, so I'm not minding them now. But I thought, listen, I wouldn't have gave a shit. Sorry, I wouldn't have cared about what she said about the Muslim thing and the whole lot. It was just the comments about the drug dealing and that. I know. Jesus. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. People, like, let's be honest, people. A lie travels halfway around the world before people know it's a lie, and then by then it's too late. Everybody thinks Paul's a drug dealer and Paul is this and Paul is that. So anyone that knows me knows me. You know what I mean? They really do.
I know.
Your upfits are spot on. Fair play to you, Paula. Great work, Paul, and all the true nationalists. Keep it up.
John.
We need to get into people's heads that there's an agenda by the establishment, and it's an agenda we will stop one way or another. I got to log off. God bless. Cheers, John. Take it easy. Yeah, talk to you whenever.
Thanks, John.
Lisa Marie, well said,
I was actually just looking at that shirt you're wearing. I mean, how many sponsors do you have on it?
On what?
On the shirt you're wearing. There's like Mercedes. There's like, where's the money? Yeah, there you go.
No, well, like not Lewis Hamilton. Well, George Russell is getting the blade, is getting it now. I don't get it. You know what I mean? It doesn't. Yeah, if one or two of them would buy a coffee there off of these, I'd be laughing.
I know, it'd be great. Buy me bummers.
Yeah, someone will say, "Oh, he still has that top on today." It's today. I'll change it tomorrow. Anybody know the best way to get to Cork protest? If you're driving, I doubt you'll be able to get to the city by cat. They've stopped trains. No, it seems, I think Derek was talking about it on the space tonight, that they held back a couple of 600 or 700 tickets, but I think they're available now. But I'd say a lot of people are driving tea or everyone.
I'm going down on the Friday. I'm staying over with Sarah.
No, I'm going to drive down now. I have a friend of mine bringing me down, so yeah, I'll be going down, and I'll probably be coming straight back up. We'll see. See all that gargling. You are all mad for the gargle. You know what I mean?
Oh, listen to the fella that's talking. Like, do you know what I mean? Hey, Jaden.
What do you mean, listen to the fella that was talking? I was gargling one switches the last time when I drank whiskey, and I was.
Oh my God! Oh, now listen, Paul. Listen.
Can you sort me with a 10 spot?
Listen, I could hang you out to dry. I swear to God. All I'll say is, I'm just wondering what you were doing outside in the bushes with Martin Murphy.
Oh yeah, I was going to the toilet.
God, you were gone for a long time.
Well, I'm probably smoking or talking or something. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it wasn't Herman. Don't worry about it.
Oh, Squiddy left that ready for tomorrow.
Yeah. Paint the Cork cheaper and drive it. Somebody put in one of the groups earlier on, is anyone flying down to Cork? And I said, nah, your arms would be bollocksed. It was very funny. It was funny for me. They're trying to steer Irish nationalism into Zion. Palestinians are invaded like we are now. Look how it worked out for them. Yes. Well, listen, somebody asked me earlier as well, what's my opinion on Tommy Robinson? I like what he does, but I wouldn't be affiliated with him or anything. You know what I mean? They just want to compromise like all the politicians. Yes. Well, obviously, I must be over the target, as Pat said there, or somebody said earlier. You know what I mean? So, Dahi, that's madness. Grew up with the Fitzsimons family in St. Donald's, as did my wife's family. Anti-drug, if anything. Never bothered anyone. Thank you very much, Dahi. Fair play to you.
Dahi.
Fair play. So, yeah, I think we put this to bed. As I said, she hasn't... somebody mentioned there the barracks. I'm just going to play this here. Ferg just sent this in to me. This is the barracks out in Kilbride that they're using. This was last year. I remember, hang on, I better stop it. Hold on, because I never put the sound on. And this guy that comes over here, he's brilliant as well. He interviewed me as well there at East Wall there a couple of years ago. But let's play this.
Is behind, well, all this, the buying of these centres, the bringing the people in. Who do I have to speak to find out exactly what's going on?
One of the main people at the moment is Dave Mooney and his partner called Christine Andres. She's a Romanian. They had a cafe, the Oigo Cafe in Sallynoggin, where they were making food and bringing to these DP centres. He's a manager of countless DP centres over here now, including here, Crooksling, Ablana Avenue and O'Leary, even the Crow Park, famous Crow Park, and he has immigrants going in there the whole lot. He's providing food. He provides the workmen to do up the places, and he provides the security for it. So he's one of the main planters over here at the moment. He was in witness protection years ago. The government wanted to give him a certain amount of money. He didn't come across with it. So he came out of witness protection and went to the MSM and done a big story about that. And now he seems to be working lockstep with the government to absolutely destroy this country and put every woman and child here in the most gravest danger. And he has to be stopped.
Who's paying for this?
The Irish people. Taxpayer.
You're muted. You're still muted.
Sorry, my bad again. See, what happens is I have to turn it off because I haven't got the earphones in. If I leave my mic on while that's playing, I'll get an echo. Everyone will be wah, wah, wah. So, no, I was just saying that's Callum Smiles who done that interview. He was here the night that Gavin's
remember that one, yeah.
Down. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was here for that.
Ferg, is that you? Where's the flag?
Oh, he had the flag. Yeah. I'm telling you, the flag was there all right. Yeah, he had the flag. Yeah. I love his English accent. I knew in England. I watched this.
So Jaden's got some images in.
Okay. Jesus. Okay. You have to guess who these are, right? You can see the names on it. He only has the beard 3 days, Jason, and Jaden's doing this.
Oh Oh, I can't read that. What's that?
They will
What's that?
They will reach net zero and end racism when they inject nanobots into your bodies and replace your carbon bodies with silicone bodies and replace your consciousness with AI. Yeah. Which one
Lovely.
am I? Yeah. Last stage joke. Martin before the intro played. Martin when the intro played. The last age joke. Yeah, Orla. The last age joke.
Sorry. Near that.
I know. But they're good ones. I like that. I like the Anto G in the house. I like that one now. That's
Yeah,
good.
I know. Listen, I'll sort that out on Sunday.
You love that. The creative and talented Jaden.
He's
brilliant.
Excellent.
He is brilliant. Yeah. Though Orla would be streaming from a bunker with a hard hat after her attack the other night. Oh yeah, remember you were getting bombed by the bleeding fireworks the other night.
Oh yeah, I never even heard what happened afterwards. Like, you know.
Was it fireworks? Was it a communion? Was it a communion or something?
No, I think it was fireworks, but it was just they had only just gone off, and then you could hear the helicopter. Like, oh Lord.
Yeah, Dave Noonan is that the planter? Yeah, Dave Mooney is his name. David
Mooney. Yeah.
He's the planter. He looks after Crooksling. He looks after all the iPass. He owns the Oigo Cafe. And if you go back on the Facebook page of the Oigo Cafe, the amount of councillors and TDs that have been in there wishing them well, doing lottos for them, the whole lot. So, and he was in witness protection. So, draw your own conclusions there. Super Mosque and Leonard Kennedy being given the go-ahead, for fuck's sake, next to an old abbey. They are laughing at us. I remember Niall McConnell doing this last year. It's actually in front of the abbey. Yeah. Yeah. Good to hear. Sarah Herdy, copy to that 100%. They've nothing to defend. Yeah. Boycott halal meat. Yeah. It's actually depressing to see all the blatant selling out of money by the people. Yeah. It's terrible. Hi, Paul and Orla. Could you tell us, please, where the march is on the 10th of June? Thanks again. It's not the 10th. The 10th of June is in town. It's the medical one, isn't it, Orla?
That's the medical one. Yes.
Hang on.
The poster should be. You still have the poster first. That's what I'm going to do. I think I'll do a collage of just the things coming up, just have them all together. A collage.
You said a collage. Yeah,
a collage.
Medical.
I know. I can't be posh. I'm from Cavan.
Yeah. No, that's Clonmel. I'll just put up Clonmel. That's the 4th of June.
It's the green one. That's how you're going to know the doctor's one. But put up, if you got the Clonmel one, put that one up as well. So that's this Sunday, if anyone's able to make it.
Yeah. I'll put that up there. Yeah, Clonmel, Sunday. If you can make it, please do, people. Yeah. There it is there. Government policies, Clonmel. 4th of June, St. Mary's Church.
I actually love the way they have said that, government policies. That's really good.
Yeah. Government policies, Clonmel, 4th of June, St. Mary's Church, Irish. Is that Irish Town or Irishton? Clonmel at 2 p.m. Planned rally route. We'll meet at St. Mary's Church, make our way to the council offices and settle in Kickham Plaza. Bring your flags and banners. Yeah. Come stand with your community. Flags, banners, hats, and I will have Make Ireland Great Again hats with me, okay? If anyone wants to purchase them. They will be €12. They were €10 last time, but they're 12 now because we're going to pay, listen, it's going back into the stage and whatever else for Dublin and Cork, so the speakers and mics and the whole lot, so that's why they're 12 quid. We will also have Ireland First ones, and Frank done a great job modelling them tonight now. I better text them and see, can I put up the pictures, like, you know what I mean? So,
really? I mean? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you want to see them. They're lovely. He looks...
Oh, brilliant.
He's like a man model he is, like, you know what I mean?
Oh, he is. He's a good-looking lad.
Yeah. Orla, you need a big sign muted for Paul. Ferg and Phil were doing a great job highlighting all this. Listen, they're doing anyone who's doing this, anyone who's out highlighting anything to do with this is doing a great job, and they're being persecuted for it. You know, it's...
Oh, sure, I know.
It's wrong. Yeah, Noel put a video out last night. Maybe it was the same one from last February when they voted 2-1. That's the Shinners again. Yeah, the Shinners didn't win anything. I'm telling you. Allow me to say, we are at war. Yeah, we are at war, mate. We are. Is Dave Mooney related to Derek Mooney?
I don't know who Derek Mooney
Oh,
is. Derek Mooney, is that your man off the telly?
Off the telly, yes. Yeah. See, can you get the doctor's one? It's green, that's how you'll know it.
Yeah, okay. Let me unedit that. No. I did have it, but it's not in here. It's not in this one. It must be in the downloads one. Hang on. Let's see where it is.
Yeah, because we put it up a couple of times.
I had it the other night, hadn't I?
Yeah.
Tuesday. No. That's the Garda Commissioner. We don't want that gobshite. Flu shot. Just bear with me there for a minute, people.
Yeah, because we put it up a couple of times, you know?
That's why I don't know where it
Hopefully
is.
we'll turn out of that as well.
I don't know where that one is. I did save it, but that's on the 10th, and anyway, that's outside the. Hang on, I'll get it. I'll put it up in a few minutes. But we also, that was yesterday. We did put that up yesterday. I don't know how the Wake Up Area one went yesterday outside Tala Hospital. I don't know how that went. So if Barry is there, pop in there and tell us, Barry, how that went. Yeah, and then we have the doggy one. It's this year again, isn't it? Yeah, 5th Doggy Station, Walk the Cooler, tens of thousands of orders, men, women, and children. Join us. Yeah, that's Wake Up Area. That's on the 15th of June at 2 p.m. Meeting at Doggy Train Station for a Walk the Cooler GAA Club. Luke O'Neill Lloyd. Many people died. Yeah.
Only one place he belongs.
No,
You're frozen.
I know you were there a couple of years ago with Puke O'Neill.
He's disgusting.
Yeah, I know.
Do you want to put some stuff up, seeing as we're talking about it at the moment? I've stuff there. I sent you on Marcus de Bruin stuff from Karen as well. There's a few bits and pieces. We might as well just do this section now.
Which one are we doing? The Marcus de Bruin. What do you mean? Which one is that? You sent on the WhatsApp. Hold on, yeah.
Yes.
Ah, look at that, another picture in. Look, this man is looking very bleeding grumpy. This man doesn't look like me at all.
Who? Oh, Jaden, is it?
Man, yeah, this man here. That he had to send me another picture there. I think it's Jaden. Yeah, it is. Look, he looks very narky. Look, you know what I mean? He's not like me at all. He's loads more wrinkles than me. Look, you know what I mean? Come on, man.
DEA.
Yeah, DEA. Yeah. Look at the grumpy head in me. Look, you know what I mean? That's Jaden. Do me a bit younger, mate. Will you? Come on, will you? I'm only bleeding 56, mate.
Yeah, for God's sake, Jaden. You know, can you just put him down to maybe 150 instead of 164?
56 I am, mate. That's throw up the 56 one there. Stop the screen. There's another one. Ah, look, another one comes in just as you're bleeding. This fella hands hop again.
He loves that guy.
He loves this guy. He loves him more than he loves me. Fits and hop. Libertarianism. Yeah. There you go. You know, how come I don't look as good? There you go. Look how good I look in that. You know what I mean? Come on, Jaden. Even if you went up another 10, 15 years, maybe with that, I'd be happy. You know what I mean? But yeah. Hang on. I have you there. Orla. And bam. Marcus de Bruin. I have a parasite cover up.
Yeah, we'll do that as well.
Yeah. We've ivermectin. We want to talk about WEF as well.
Yes.
Yeah, the Marcus de Bruin one is not up there.
It is. It's 2 screenshots.
2 screenshots?
Yes.
Is the Modular stuff? No, not that one.
Yes, it's for the nursing homes.
Independent Truth. No.
Yes, it's the one. Yes, the Modular one. I think so, anyway.
That's Wide Awake Media, that one. That's not Marcus de Bruin.
Right. Well, that'd be one anyway, yeah.
Tony Houlihan, Simon Harris. Yeah, monthly Midazolam. That's it.
That's it.
Okay, sure. I'll go with that then. Then I think I have 2 or 3 videos there. The WhatsApp or the Facebook will probably go down now when we start talking about this shit.
So this is this independent in-depth dub north. No treatment.
So this is Dr.
GP.
Marcus de Bruin.
Yeah, yeah. This is, oh yeah, so there he is there. Look, I can see him now. Yeah, up in the corner.
Yeah.
No treatment. GPs were told as midazolam scripts soared. Our elders weren't cared for. They were quietly managed. How many were eased into debt instead of giving a chance? Tony Houlihan, Simon Harris, who made those calls? Who counts the cost now, if not them? They need to be held accountable. I don't
They
give a
do,
shit.
100%. I got one on those.
They all need to be held accountable.
If you go over, then you'll see the chart.
I'm going now, yeah. I'm going. Will you hold on? I'm going. I'm just trying to do the
I
comments
have
as
no
well.
patience, Paul. Come on.
Well, there you go. There you go. There. Look, the monthly midazolam. Look at that.
Yeah, I know.
March 2020, they were sitting at that. Look, April 2020. Look, spiked up to that. Look, that was the midazolam deaths. That was to get. Now, people, I'm sorry if you don't. Well, I'm not sorry because it's the truth. This is how they got their COVID deaths. This is how they got the deaths to lock you down. March 2020, we locked down on the 12th of March. And to keep you locked down, 2 weeks to flatten the curve, people. Do you remember? 2 weeks to flatten the curve. And then come April, the midazolam was used in the nursing homes and in hospitals. It was all over the country. You had people being put on respirators and dying. Young men, young women going on them and dying. I actually know someone. I don't want to talk about it here, but listen. So that was March and that was April. Look, we were locked down in March. Then April, we had the spike. May, we were, wasn't all right. It was grand. So then we had you all locked down. Then come December 2021, boom, straight up again. Look, nearly 2,000 deaths. Or 2,000, the midazolam, number of COVID deaths. Look, with the midazolam injections. Look, COVID-19 deaths, midazolam injections. HSE primary care reimbursement service under freedom. This was from a freedom of information thing from Marcus de Bruin. But look at the amount of midazolam injections and COVID-19 deaths that are. You know what I mean? Number of GMS.
And look what's been done to that man since he's spoken out. So, like, if anyone is able to make that, that's another good one there. The protest in Dublin, it'll be great.
He will be there. Yeah, he will be there. But I'm going to ask you, what do you think caused all of these things to skyrocket in the last 35 years? ADHD, 819%. Alzheimer's disease, 299%. Autism spectrum, 2000%. Bipolar disorder in youth, 10,000%. I think that's celiac disease, 1,100%. Chronic fatigue syndrome, 11,000%. Depression, 280. Diabetes, 350. Fibromyalgia. I never heard of fibromyalgia in my life until
I have, yeah.
I've only heard about it in the last, say, 15 or 20 years. I never heard it before that. Hypothyroidism, 702%. Lupus, 787. Now, I know someone that has lupus now, and I've been trying to tell them, I said, this is because of vaccines, and they just don't listen anymore. They just don't listen. Sleep apnea, asthma, 412. Sleep apnea is 440. Autoimmune disorders, just general, 1,600%. And food allergies in children, 377. Now, I know I went to school years ago, okay, but I never knew anybody that had a peanut allergy in my class. Never.
Yeah, no, neither did I. And I think I only knew one person that had autism as well. But anyone there in relation to lupus, if I'm correct in this, it's an autoimmune disease. And the singer, if I'm correct, Seal, he suffered from it.
Yeah.
Because he would have had all the marks on his face. Do you know?
I'm going to just address this here. Paul McKeown. Can't believe people are still talking this shy. What shy is this, Paul, if you don't mind me asking you? Do you believe that all of that shit that went on is true, or do you just want us to stop talking about it? Because these people have to be held accountable. I'm sorry, Paul, if you don't think that, well, then you're not with us.
What is he referencing?
I don't know. Can't believe people are still talking this shite. Obviously, it's the vaccines here that we're talking about, because the first one said there, healthcare not falling for it again. Yeah, John. So, listen,
can't believe people are still talking this shite. This shite needs to be spoken about because this is not shite. This is people's lives that died. There's people who died in nursing homes. There's people that died in hospitals.
Ventilators.
These people's voices need to be heard. And if
And do you remember who's
relation,
been very outspoken about the ventilators as well? Is Dr. Brian Ardis. Remember his father-in-law died.
Dr. Marcus de Bruin plus many more have spoke out years ago. Yes. Saw that. Fair play from East Cork. Yeah.
If you keep
Sky
going
News.
now, we should be able to have the stuff from Karen, and this is some of the statistics coming out of the hospitals. If you want to play that there, that's actually Dr. Lee Merritt. This is actually very good in relation to the parasites.
Okay, hang on, I have it there. Parasite cover.
Problem that they went out of their way to subvert us from looking at. And I can tell you from the time I was in medical school till now, they have changed the way we do medicine, and it really benefits not ever finding that. The second thing is toxins. Okay, so what a great scheme to tell us there are all these different transmissible viruses. Now, you know, without getting into the science of this, I'm just going to tell anybody that can read science should go and try and convince themselves about the actual existence of viruses. I always thought, I'm an orthopedic surgeon, it's not my field, I'll let those guys do it. I'm sure the virologists are doing this, until a virologist, Stefan Lanka, stepped forward and said, wait a minute, they don't exist.
She's very good.
I just want to talk
she's
about
very good. And for anyone who doesn't know her, she was very, very high up in the U.S. Army. I think she was like a corporal or lieutenant. She was very high up in the army. She's very good. She takes absolutely no crap. But just keep in mind what we're talking about there in relation to there is allegedly they think there's a link maybe between something to do with parasites and cancer. And then I would have sent the stuff on from William Mackis.
I'm just going to show that there for Paul. When I hear someone say the government will never do that, you have MK Ultra, the Tuskegee experiment. These are all America, by the way. But it's all experiments. The same shit's being done all around the world. You know what I mean? All being done around the world. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's gone crazy.
Anyway, try and bring out that William Mackis stuff. A couple of screenshots there. Yeah. It's in relation to cancer treatments.
That's the parasite cover up. You know, what have I got here? Why am I not seeing the name on the top of this? Growth in Ireland slow. Oh, that's Ireland. Okay. ADHD, midazolam.
And then there should be the 3 screenshots from Karen as well in relation to myocarditis.
I have them. They're down here. I have them, yeah.
But William Mackis stuff should be there as well.
It's not. Dr. Marcus de Bruin. I know you label these, but they're not labeled. Is this your man? Is it a video? No.
No. Should be just screenshots. So I got it from X. Because what he's been doing is he's been doing cancer treatments over in the US. And he's been using ivermectin. And he's finding at the moment great results. And it's actually very interesting because ivermectin is actually an anti-parasitic. So just after watching that video there with Dr. Lee Merritt, you know, now obviously, you know, we can't say yes, I or no, you know, it's over in America, but he has a few cases now. If you want to follow him on X, so he's Dr. William Mackis. I think it's Makis. So it's actually quite interesting just reading through his stuff.
Looking at one here, it says, but that's a video of a guy talking about cholesterol. That's what I have there.
Yeah, that's another good one actually, because you've spoken about that before,
talking about different stuff as well. But I'm going to go with the cholesterol.
But anyway, look, if anyone wants to go over and look at the stuff in relation to the treatments and what he's doing at the moment, as I said, he's over on X.
Okay, I'll go with this one.
Isn't that funny? It is one of the most consistent themes of longevity research that the longest lived people have higher cholesterol. And yet we live in a world that hates cholesterol. And the moment cholesterol goes up, we put them on a cholesterol lowering medication. We could be doing the perfectly wrong thing to help these people live longer.
Sorry, they found that some of the longest living humans had high cholesterol levels.
That's right. That's what the Sweden study found, for example. What were some of the most consistent themes? They had good glucose control and high cholesterol. It is a molecule of life. Mitochondria have to have a cholesterol molecule in them in order to work. All sex hormones are built on cholesterol. It's no surprise if someone takes a cholesterol-lowering medication, their sex hormones go down.
There's good and bad cholesterol, right?
Well, that's, as the story goes, yes, and yet I think that's overly simplified, where people will say LDL cholesterol is the bad cholesterol, and yet that gets included in these studies of longevity. So I think the good and bad aspect of it is not entirely fair or accurate. We need LDL. LDL actually helps the body fight infections, so it's also an unsung hero of immunity. Why are we so obsessed with cholesterol? Why not triglycerides, which is another lipid that can be measured that is far more predictive of who's going to have a heart attack or not? And I think it's because we have chosen markers in modern medicine that we have well-designed drugs. So it's a really, really good way to sell a lot of drugs.
Now, isn't that interesting? And you just think about the amount of people out there on cholesterol medication.
Yeah, I just want to put the record straight there. Paul didn't say talking this show. He said taking this show. And I apologize. I really do apologize, Paul, for saying that about you. I'm sorry. He said taking this show, not talking this show. So I'm very sorry. Fair play. Paul is one of us. So
as you can see, I am the calm one. He's the erratic one.
Well, I'm the one that's reading this shit. You know what I mean? It's not working here now. Paul,
yeah, so anyway, we're just saying there about the cholesterol. That's actually quite interesting. I must put that up tomorrow now. You know, I always say, look at the other side, informed consent.
I did acknowledge it there, Jane, though. Sorry, and it was my bad. It wasn't. Yeah, I thought it was talking. And
It's okay, Jane. I'll have a word with him on Sunday. All right, Paul.
Ori Dunne, who sent you that radio interview from Donegal, Ori, that knife attack, if you want to check. Okay, Ori, he sent that to
yeah,
you.
I've seen it flashing up on my phone.
Yeah.
Yes,
Paul.
yes. Sorry, Flameshep, I forgot to say that. I know I've said it a couple of times on the show. So when I was looking up stuff, it actually said in relation to parasites, a way of getting parasites out of the body is by eating walnuts. There's an ingredient in the walnuts. I can't think of the name. It begins with a J, and seemingly it helps kill the parasites in the body. So if anyone likes walnuts, obviously not if you have a nut allergy.
Yeah,
you'll have more to worry about than parasites.
I'm just trying to put. He just said, my mother is in Raheny nursing home. A couple of weeks ago, the nurse asked me if I consent to a COVID booster for my mother. We were the only family in the entire nursing home that rejected it, clearing the way from all beds, in my view. Yeah, Dahi, I'm telling you, they're still doing it.
And Dahi, make sure you send an email. Make sure you send an email into the nursing home stating that as well. My mother was in a nursing home. I had to email in and say that she was not getting any of the shots. So I always say, back things up in writing.
Yeah. Normal response to any biological warfare. Yeah. Right, we're going to move on from this now.
Will you put up, can you put up, oh, hey Frank, can you put up Karen stuff? There's 3 screenshots there.
Down on the bottom there,
yeah.
Yeah, let me finish with that then. Yeah, they're the last 3, I think, on this, aren't they? Then we'll move on.
I'm not sure. Was there another? Just check if there's anything from worldwide media.
This is it here.
So this is, so just to explain, Karen works in a hospital, and these are just a few statistics that she has come across in relation to myocarditis. Okay,
orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. This condition is well known. It's a well-known vaccine injury, which is usually linked to the HPV vaccine, but is also now linked to the COVID jab. I have looked at the figures between 2020 and 2024 and gender as well as age. As you know, girls were only getting HPV vaccine, and then in the past few years, they are now giving it to boys. 2020, there's no cases. 2021, 2 female aged 14 to 15. 2022, 1 male and 1 female aged 10 and 17. 2023, 2 female, 1 male, ages 14, 15, 16, and 2024, 5 female, 2 male, ages 13, 14, 15, 18, and 19. As you can see, it has doubled from 23 of 3 cases to 7 and 24. While these are not large numbers, there is definitely an increase in signal that needs to be watched. I am sure there are other cases around the country. Unfortunately, I cannot differentiate which jab caused the problem. myocarditis. I looked at cases from 2018 to 2024 to give me a baseline of what was the normal amount. Since we treat a lot of children with cardiac problems, usually congenital, myocarditis would not be that common. As you quite rightly stated on the show last night, once the damage is done on the heart because of myocarditis, it is permanent. Yeah. In 2018, we had 4. 2019, we had 11. 2020, we had 13. 2021, we had 10. 2022, we had 5. 2023, we had 12. And 2024, we had 12. The numbers are not high, but they remain steady post-release of the COVID jab. In order to get a proper overview of myocarditis in Ireland, we would have to get figures for all hospitals with healthcare pricing office, which collects this data. That's good work. In light of the deaths of GAA players in the past few years, that is definitely a problem. And we have seen at least 4 or 5 deaths in the past 6 weeks in players from 12 to the 20s age group. I will be watching the figures from this year as we are currently behind in the data collection. It is hard to know what this is. Thank you very much for that, Karen. Thank you very much.
Karen, thanks very much.
Yeah, that is good insight. And I'm glad people are listening to that and hearing that now. Because
just check before we finish up if there's anything there from normally the Wide Awake media.
I have, yeah. I just pulled that down there. There was a one. Is this from the WEF? Young global leader Ida Akon wants to do away with private ownership.
Oh yes, say this. Yes, she wants to get rid of the cars. We should be all car sharing.
Yeah.
What a lovely bunch they are.
Paul, were you ever a supporter of Sinn Féin and the Republican movement? Yes, I was. Yeah, I was. Yeah, yeah. I voted Sinn Féin last election before. Yeah, I was. Yeah. The fucking traitors now. Excuse me, French. Traitors. Sinn Féin are traitors.
Yeah.
Yeah. We know good food, farmer. Myocarditis victims will die much earlier. Yes, they will. Of course they will. You all got it fucked up because you're all on your made to get the chin flu shot. I just didn't get any shot. So, and again, I don't knock people who did get it. You know what I mean? They got it for the same. They got it
people
for the right reason. They thought they did, you know. So, and there is a lot of side effects from this is cognitive dissonance. Yeah, it's been proven. It's been shown. I've been watching it. Scum Féin. Yeah, my family were all shinners. Unfortunately, some still are. Mine's the
Yeah, there's a lot of people still out there like that. Sure, what can you do? Hopefully they wake
I
up.
have one who still is. He doesn't talk to me now. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Carry on, like, you know what I mean? You just can't see it, like, you know what I mean? They can't see it. Well, hey, nobody will get my car. It's a bit of a dog smelly. Jesus, lad, sorry we're flying there. I never put the
Yeah,
banner up.
so it's the WEF video. I call them, I don't curse, but you can put 2 and 2 together. So obviously it's the World Economic Forum, and I call them the world of evil feckers, shall we say?
No, let's not. Yeah. Okay, yeah. We've hit 900 there, people. Keep sharing it out there.
Like the WHO, the World Homicide Organization.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey,
share
Daniel.
us out there, people. Yeah, share us out there. Oh yeah, I'll get rid of that Wide Awake media one now, and I'll see what.
Yeah, put up that on the cars. Yeah.
I have. I'll show you. I'm at the putting it down now. Jesus, what's wrong with you, Fitzy? What's wrong with you tonight? I'm a little bit tired. I think I've been go. Oh, have it there now. No, that's John Kennedy. I don't want that. We're going to talk that one as well. We finished that one off now.
You only had it there a second ago.
I know. Wide Awake. Yeah. Getting rid of cars. Here we go. I'll share this now. Just bear with me. We're getting rid of cars, people. That's what we're doing. Getting rid of cars. This is the World Economic Forum. She's the young global leader. Young global leader of the future. Just like our Taoiseach.
No sound. I can't hear you either.
Did you say there was no sound?
There was no sound in that video.
Okay, well then we better do this again then. You think I'd be getting good at this, wouldn't you, instead of worse?
We tend to think of in the paradigm of yesterday. So first we would say, here's a car, let's put an electric engine into it. Oh, let's make this car self-driving. But if it's the same car in a road that is completely congested, it doesn't matter whether this car is autonomous or electric or whatever, you still don't get anywhere, you just get stuck in traffic. So this is why we talk about mobility, because actually, if you can get people to share a car, you can take out, a lot of cars in the streets. I think it's Singapore where they looked at how they could bring it down to about 40% of the cars if we would use them smarter. And the interesting thing about technology is that it makes sharing easy and fun and not annoying. It used to be a little bit difficult to share. You would have to go in somewhere in the other end of town and get a key. And that's not what you want to do if you want to take your car. But if you can just use your neighbor, or if you can find ways of carpooling, and this is what technology helps you do, it's much easier and much more fun to share. And you start then thinking completely different about transport and traffic. And I think it's very important that we do not just try to fix yesterday's paradigm, but think about how do we want a city to move.
Have you ever heard so much shite in all your life? That is just ridiculous, carry on. But this is what they want. They want you in 15-minute cities. Like I'm driving up the road today with my dad and my ma, and she said, I wonder what that is. I said, it's probably a little shopping centre. I said, they don't want you leaving the area. They want you staying in the area. Dolomite Shops is there 5 minutes away. That's 5 minutes away. You don't need your car anymore. This is what they want for this net zero bullshit. And it's bullshit. Come on. Like, let's be honest about it.
You have to remember, China is building coal stations like there is no tomorrow. So there you go.
3 a day. They're building 3 a day.
Yeah,
Like
and all these elites are going around in their, private jets and everything like that. So there you go now. Says it all.
But since the start of the year, I think there's been 170 coal burning stations built in China. Like, let's be honest about it, people. Like, our carbon footprint is 0.002%. 0.02% of the world. Like 0.02% is like a pimple. It's like a pimple on a fly on a baboon's arse. You know what I mean? It's just it doesn't matter. Like no matter what we do, is not going to.
I know.
Like,
but they're a pack of hypocrites. They're an absolute pack of hypocrites. Like, and they think we're all stupid.
Falling for this, all the people are falling for this. Like, they've brought her into the school now. They're going to start doing this cert change crap in the leaving cert and the junior cert. Come on, get a grip. This is bullshit. You know what I mean? It's crap. You know what I mean? It really is. Oh, well. I have a little joke here. This girl is very funny. I don't know whether you've seen her before, but she's very funny. Why don't you see her? She's very good, an English girl.
I think my fucking dog's racist. It keeps barking at the bloke next door. I mean, I took him to the vet and the vet said, muzzle him. I went, no, I don't know. He's got a beard, though.
Did you not get that one, Laura, though?
I did. I got it.
I thought it was very funny. I really did. Me and my brother were watching it earlier. Another rumour is that you bring your house up to A rating. If not, your house will be repossessed. A green proposal. Yeah, they can.
Probably wouldn't surprise me.
If Ireland sank into the sea tonight, it wouldn't change nothing in the CO2. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Like,
I know. It's nonsense. Yeah. Because they're such a pack of hypocrites, like,
It's like, I've never bought into it. Never. And let's be honest, Orla. If diesel was 120 a litre, they wouldn't be buying electric cars.
Yeah,
Simple.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know.
Simple.
I know.
Right,
but look, it's all part of it. We know it's all part of it. They want us all in these 15-minute cities. So, like, I'm
just going to play this video of Benjamin. This is this gobshite here where your man who was called out all the kids last week who said this, that.
Oh, yeah, it's the gift one, isn't it?
Is this the gift one? I don't know. But he's been here since 2021. We'll just play this and come back.
all charity shops in Ireland, especially in Dublin, since I'm still here, if I walk in a shop of yours, and I'm being questioned again, and I'm being asked name, and where I come from, and what's in my ass, and what's in my pocket, because you wanna help me, I'm gonna fucking kill you with my own hand in that fucking shop myself. If you wonder how, with this, I'm just gonna cut your jugular in a fucking second. You won't even have time to grasp. When I come and ask for a shower, you let me in and you let me out. No questions asked. Not in the shower, not before shower, not after the shower. Because all you know to do is ask questions. Are you okay? Every 2 minutes. I'm fucking okay since you helped me. I'm so fucking okay since you helped me in Dublin, bitches. I'm so okay I wanna slice you all. Bitches. Again. Every single fucking charity shop. It's open 24/7 now. If it's not, I will fucking kill you and your families. Son of a bitches. Hypocrites, motherfuckers. Acting interesting. You're uneducated.
What do we say? He's from where? Is it Budapest? Somebody was asking there.
Yeah, someone said that, Budapest, yeah. He's Hungarian.
I'm sure he has been greatly contributing to our society.
Man, like, how that
That's
guy
a good
is
point
not
there, Charlie. Are they sharing their jets and super yachts?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sharing their cars, yeah. Dr. Evil. This guy needs to be sorted. This guy needs to be just deported, Paul.
Yeah, exactly.
He needs to be brought to the airport and just put on a plane and
gone. Yeah.
Whether it's a bleeding paper plane, just put a match to the paper plane and let him burn the bastard. You know what I mean? He needs to be gone out of this country today. And anything less than that is not acceptable. I'm sorry, it's not acceptable. That gobshite cannon needs to be the same done. He's living the lap of luxury up in Blanchardstown there now in a lovely apartment and this, that, and the other. Yeah, he's coming out and telling these migrants to tool up and kill Irish people and impregnate our children. Good luck to you, mate. Get off. You're not here. You're not welcome here anymore. I'm so sorry.
Look, he's just a paid agitator. We all know that.
Yeah, I'm just going to play the GITS one now because the GIT one said because the DPP is going to charge him with more stuff. I'm going to play this.
DPP may bring further charges over Slice Babies video. I have nothing to say. Beninam Petra of no fixed abode was charged in Portlaoise District Court this morning. He has been remanded in custody. But nothing to say. That's a strange thing to come from a person that always has something to say when it's online. Let's play one video that's on his Facebook page.
All charity shops in Ireland, especially in Dublin, since I'm still here, if I walk in a shop of yours, and I'm being questioned again, and I'm being asked name, and where I come from, and what's in my ass, and what's in my pocket, because you wanna help me, I'm gonna fucking kill you with my own hand in that fucking shop myself. If you wonder how, with this, I'm just gonna cut your jugular in a fucking second. You won't even have time to grasp. When I come and ask for a shower, you let me in and you let me out. No questions asked. Not in the shower, not before shower, not after the shower. Because all you know to do is ask questions. Are you okay? Every 2 minutes. I'm fucking okay since you helped me. I'm so fucking okay since you helped me in Dublin, bitches. I'm so okay I wanna slice you all. Bitches. Again. Every single fucking charity shop. It's open 24/7 now. If it's not, I will fucking kill you and your families.
I hear people saying during the week they need to deport this fella for his own safety. I for one don't give a rat's arse about this lad's safety. He needs to be deported for everyone else's safety.
That's what you said. Fair play to Mick. Paul, we
Yeah, he's
need
a lunatic.
said that the minorities, their feet wouldn't touch it. If we said that about any one of them, you know what I mean? But listen, he's on remand. Strange things happen when you're on remand. You know what I mean? That's all I'd say to that. Because I'm sure there's lads in there who don't want their kids sliced up by this scumbag. So, you know, stranger things have happened.
And I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and her husband is a prison guard, sorry. And like he said, 60% of prisoners, 60, are all foreigners.
Yeah.
So they're taking up the prison spaces, all paid for by the taxpayer. They're going to be getting free legal aid. It's just ridiculous.
Someone said read the comments about that prick. Yeah, posters in. Okay, grand.
Oh, Jaden, what have you got for us now?
Tim, no one can be deported because there is no borders. Yeah, I agree. Paul Morris, he thinks he's a pussy, to be honest, that Benji lad. I think he is as well. But as somebody said earlier on in the comments that he's looking for a fast track to houses the way that Cannon, it was actually Drew said it earlier on. They're looking for fast track housing the whole lot. Well, your man Cannon lives in Blanchardstown. Everyone knows that now. That was put out last week. Did we put it out in the show? I don't think we put it out in the show. I don't think so, but people know.
Don't know now.
They're taking over running the prisons. And as I said last week and the week before, 75% of the cases in Dublin district courts are foreign nationals. That's 3 in every 4. Every one of them needs an interpreter.
Yeah.
Every interpreter is being paid for out of the taxpayers' money. And that is in, I'm going to be honest with you, I think it's in Article 40, no, is it 25.2 or something like that of the Constitution, that once you start using the public funds for this, it has to go to a referendum. They can't just keep doing that. So I'm going to look into that tomorrow and I'll come back with that then.
Well, there's a lot of things that should have gone to a referendum and they haven't.
Yeah. The lads in there. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to just go, while we're on these iPass things and whatever else.
I think I sent on a couple of things in relation to that as well.
What?
There was another place. Yeah, there was another. I sent you on a screenshot in relation to a place in Dublin.
Halal Butchers. No. No. Come down. Oh yes, the asylum centre.
Mm-hmm.
No, hold on. The Raspberry Key, an Airbnb to an asylum centre. Yeah, okay. I'll just put that up there and we will talk about that. So
this place is located literally like very, very close to Tampa Bar. So that's how central it is.
This is from Matt Tracy. Raspberry Key, from Airbnb to asylum centre. An application has been registered by the company called Raspberry Key to regularise the current use of the hotel for accommodation for persons seeking international protection under the Class 14H Part 1 of Schedule 2 of the Planning and Development Regulations 2001. The premises in question is at 146 Parnell Street, and even though it has for a while been the bunkhouse, the photograph just above shows that it still retains some of an older, grander facade. A bit like Dublin, if you like, an architectural metaphor perhaps, for a city that it's in its northern core is rotting away. Yeah, it's like, this is disgraceful.
Did I send something on as well to that with that? No, that's Mark. Go back. Is there another one? No, maybe.
Well, that's the gift.
No. Okay. Yeah. So I looked up this place, okay? So it was a hostel. So 2 points. One, right? It's after being recently renovated, right? So why is it not a hostel again? Especially for tourists, backpackers and all that. Or 2, we have 15,000 homeless people on our streets. Why can't it be used as a homeless shelter? Why is it been turned in again to iPass, apart from the usual follow the money?
Yeah, I know. I'm going to play. I want to show a few more things there, but I want to say hello to Teresa. She's sitting with Fergus, say, or she's watching tonight, Teresa. So fair play to Teresa and Martin's mum and Anne in Wexford. Anne in Wexford, I know you're tuning in. And as I said, all the girls, we're up to 1,000 here now. So yeah, fair
great,
play.
brilliant.
All the girls you were talking to last night said they tune in tonight. So please God they do.
Great, brilliant.
It's available tomorrow. It'll be available in the morning to watch online and anyway. But
yeah. What did Jaden send on there? Did he send something else on?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, of course he did. He's at the sending on more.
He's brilliant. We love Jaden. Keeps us entertained.
He's mad. It's all about me. 50 dub, protector of national libertarianism. Look at this.
Oh, look. Oh my God, you look like India. No, you look now. No, what you call him? Oh my God, my head is gone. John Wayne.
John Bladen Wayne. I've been called some things. I haven't been called John Wayne.
That actually looks really good.
50 dub, installing private governance. He's mad, he is, man. He's mad.
Oh, that's really good.
He's mad.
And look at the neckerchief.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, yeah.
I need that whip, Jaden. That's what I need. Put a bit of manners on him.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna get loads of stick over this tomorrow. Loads of stick over.
Over what?
Over all these pictures and all, like, you know what I mean? What?
Nothing.
Yeah.
What are we putting up now?
Kevin Coyle. What's Kevin saying? He's laughing.
Are you laughing? Yeah. You look staring at them as well, like, you know, the new John Wayne.
Well, you kind of have to look staring at them if you're a cowboy. You can't go around going, if you're a cowboy, you know. There is more iPass there. I just want to go with, there's an iPass down in Cork, but I just want to play this because it was actually wrecked, to be honest with you.
I tested that one today. Diggers, huh?
What do you got? That's very funny now, that is. That's very funny.
Your new election posters.
Yeah, bring Kevin up.
Well,
Listen,
hey,
Kevin,
at least it stand out.
send me a text into that number, Kevin, if you can. 089
I sent the link on to Frank as well. Oh yeah, have you the thing for Frank for the t-shirts?
No, I'm not putting it up unless he tells me.
Oh right, okay. Frank, are you still in comments? Do you know?
No, he's all right. He's not in comments.
Jesus, blowing. It's like 1:38 already. Oh my God.
Let us know how everything is up at the camp there. I know you're still there at the camp. Come up and let us know how everything's going if you want. Send us in a message.
Didn't I send on I sent on a thing there as well. You came across there a few minutes ago in relation to population decline.
Population decline?
Yeah, well, you came across there a few minutes ago because you mentioned
Dan O'Brien.
Yeah.
Yes, I have that there. But
How'd you find that very quick?
Yeah, no, I have it there. I knew I had that there, but I just want to play. That was the iPass in Cork. Okay, and then we have Dundalk. I just want to go with Dundalk here because I think there's another one in Dundalk.
Just up in Dundalk, main town here, where this building is listed for iPass at the moment. It's called the Viper Room. It's 95 Park Street. See there, nice big building, right in the middle of the town. On the second building, just up here in Dundalk, and look at the fucking state of this place. Absolute madness. Oh yeah. See here, African shops. All us hanging around the place in cars. My shop there. More here, more here. How are the people that let allow this to happen? Another one here. And town's overrun with them. Overrun with them. Absolute madness what's going on. As you can see. This. And this building also here. 99 to 100. Bridge Street. Where they're trying to turn this into an bypass also. And just turn the corner back. If that place was full, it's not even open yet. And look what we have here. A jungle. Look. Spot the Irishman in Dundalk. See all the Asian shops. Everything. More of them over here. More here. How are the people in the dark standing for this? Send them at the high line of the building, folks. So get down to this building as well. Sort it out.
Fair play to that guy.
Wow.
I'm telling you, he goes around all the Dublin, Dundalk. I've seen him in a lot of places highlighting this. So people at Dundalk, if you need help, get in contact with us. We can go up there and we can help you. You know what I mean? And there's no problem going up there to help you. I also have one here. While I'm on this, I'm going to go with this because it's Paul Nolan and Leslie Fagan Tinker, as he's known as, going into a mosque here. They're showing you this is another illegal mosque. Watch this.
Come the day and come the hour. Come the power and the glory. We have come to answer our country's call. From the four proud provinces of Ireland, together standing tall.
How do you mean laughing?
Shoulder to shoulder, we'll answer Ireland's call.
If we're trying to get an understanding, no, but listen, you hear things being said bad in the community.
Wow, it's everywhere, isn't it?
Jesus Christ.
It is everywhere, man. Jesus Christ. It's
just what we need,
like
isn't it?
You're seeing every one of them buildings and everything else out there. And that's like a little, looks like a little shop on the outside. And then when you walk in, it's the big thing out the back. You know what I mean? Frankie Payne, the United States has over 20 to 50 million illegal immigrants in the country. Trump isn't getting rid of them. It's all theatre. You're safe from nowhere. Stand and make no difference where you are. Okay. Unless I can carry my firearms for self-defense, then I don't want anything to do with Ireland. Yeah, you're not allowed to do that, Thief. You're not even allowed to take a blade. You're not even allowed to carry a knife now. But Dundalk and Drogheda were tough towns when I was in my early 20s. Tough towns. Sorry, tough lads around, shaved heads. What the fuck happened to them? If you knew the towns back then, you'd know. I remember it well. I used to walk up there. You know what I mean? Oh my God, Dundalk, a strong rebuild border town. Look at it now. Yeah, devils, rat. The rat do nothing now. The rat, listen, we all know what the rat are now. If they're nothing to do with bleeding Sinn Féin. But then again, Sinn Féin has nothing to do with the rat. We all know that. It's very sad what they're doing. Yeah, it is very sad. Community centres, really a mosque. Yes, they're everywhere, lads. They're everywhere. You know what I mean? They really are. I don't need firearms, just need my arms and my feet. Well said, Pada. That's all we all need, Pada. EDC, everybody it'll be carrying. Yeah, exactly. That's why the youngsters are all carrying now, because these are all carrying. I wonder how many grooming gangs have been covered up in Ireland. Yes, exactly.
Oh God, yeah. Listen, I don't even want to think about that.
You're not even allowed to talk about them now. You know, you're not even allowed. Like, how many rapes have there been in this country that have been silenced by the Gardaí? You know, we've spoke about this before.
No,
hold
on. Not if they're Irish.
No, no. If they're Irish, I mean, We were looking at it tonight on the news. My dad said, Jesus, rape is up 300%. There's so many cases, and there's this and there's that. So they're not telling you who's committing them.
Yeah, I
said,
know.
they're giving you statistics. They're not telling you who's committing them. And
Mhm.
also, that they have made it an awful lot easier now. Like, if you go into the house and shout at your missus that your tea isn't bleeding ready anymore, you know, "Oh, what's the story? My tea isn't ready, you bollocks, you," or whatever, you fucker, you ring the Gardaí. There you go, protection order. Want him out of the house. That's how it's working now. That's what it is. You don't even have to do anything anymore, and you're getting thrown at. You're getting shit happening to you. You know, you can't even give women mace for protection. Yeah, well, women,
No,
I'm
so we're
telling
not
you.
allowed pepper spray or anything like that. No.
No. What you do is you carry these little bottles of deep heat you can get.
Well, if you
Okay,
have,
I'm
yeah, if
telling
you have
you,
a sore ankle or a sore leg, deep heat is very good
yeah,
to keep on you, just in case you have
yeah,
a sore
right.
arm or anything.
The
Yeah.
only way when you're walking, you get a little creak in your neck. A good spray of deep heat there, that does you. You know what I mean? That's what you need to do. But carry the deep heat. And if you're a smoker, even better again, you can just light the deep heat as you spray it, so as it makes fire, you know. So yeah.
Mm.
So the people's criminal establishment, yeah, even chefs will not be allowed to carry knives. Yeah, you know. Dundalk used to be full of shinners on the run. Now it's full of Africans on the run. Yes, exactly. Yeah. There was actually a thing on TikTok the other day that I was watching of the president of Burkina Faso talking about. I'll put it up on the Irish column. What you call it later on tonight or something like that on the Irish column YouTube page and watch it. Well worth the watch now. I'm telling you, well worth the watch. Tells you how America did this and all the different countries and France. Yeah. I told you nearly 30 years ago to not let it, but it fell on deaf ears. Yeah, listen, I know. Paul Malone, you know when it's a foreigner, they don't describe the ethnicity on the media, but they will let you know when an Irishman committed a crime. Yeah, it's all the time. All the time it is. Like, can you lot with a long hiking pole with training or a solid cane? Can do a lot. Yes, you're right. You can do a lot with a long hiking pole or a solid cane. Yes. And I think that's why Tinker carries the cane. I think he has a bit of a limp.
Oh yes, well he needs it then, doesn't he?
Other way around, Emily. They are building a synagogue, aka the third temple over the dome on the Rock Mosque. Please learn your history. I don't really know. I don't want to know anything about it, to be honest. How banned again? It was tens of minutes. Right, a couple more videos there. Just bear with me there, and we'll go with. There was an African migrant tried to break into a place today, and the guy got a phone call out his missus, and he had to come home. Watch this.
Give me a picture. And
why did you try to break into my apartment? My girlfriend was there on her own. Why are you trying to force yourself in?
No, I'm not forcing it. But you see what's going on right now, yeah? Oh, good.
You're going to be in a jail cell.
Not now. Guy, he's a big boy. That's our brother. So now, like, why would I?
Because you thought there was a girl there.
Which girl? So you thought I was with
You thought there was a fucking girl there.
I did not.
The police came and took him away. Now he's full of drink, full of drugs. What would have happened if he had gone into that apartment with that girl there on her own?
I know.
You know, it doesn't bear thinking about. And I'm going to be honest, that chap was very, very calm, I think, there, because I think if that was me that came home and my daughter was in that house while he was outside, I wouldn't have been so nice to him now, I'm being honest with you. These people know one thing and one thing only, and that's what they should be getting. You know, I'm sorry, and people say you shouldn't advocate for violence, but I'm telling you now, if that man had gone into that house where that girl was, this would have been a whole completely different show. You know what I mean? I'm being honest with you, it would have. So people, you need to stay vigilant here. Keep these animals out of your area. I'm telling you now, you need to do it. More imports. Now, I'm not saying they're all bad, but trust me, there's a lot of them that are bad. More imports, compliments of Harris. Yeah. Had Doyle there. No need more than the rest. These Gardaí do nothing. Yeah, exactly. You need mob rule. That's what you need, lads. I don't care. You know, Michael Joyce started with Varadkar. Yeah.
Yeah, it did, yeah. And then O'Gorman had his 1,200 tweets out in different languages.
But lads, can I just say, you're saying I'd be in Mountjoy. What's the point? If I know I'm saying that I do this and I do that, but is this what they want us to do?
they're rubbing this in their nose that much. You know what I mean? Is this what they want? They want us to react, and we'll get locked up. All the dissenting voices, all the ones who are talking out about this and arguing about it and who are over the target here. This is what they want. They want us in jail. And then, like, if there's nobody to come behind us, this all goes. There's no more movement. You know what I mean? If they lock us all up, there's no more movement. You know, so just keep it cool head. If you're doing something, lads, don't let anyone know you're doing it. All right, that's all I'm saying. Don't get caught on camera either. If that was me, he'd be on the missing person. Is Pada, I'm with you, brother, 100%, mate. I'm fucking with you. Night all. People are heading off there now. Fair play. Jeez, we're at the hitting 1,100 there. Hang on, did we? No, 1,000. We're on 1,000. Boom, we're on 1,000.
That's good. It's great.
That's good for a Tuesday night, isn't it, Orla?
You're right, Vincent. Great. Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. It's great. Yeah. Exactly
Thursday night we're on, isn't it? It's Thursday. It's not Tuesday.
Thursday, yeah. Oh, I have a day off tomorrow. I have a night off tomorrow and Saturday. Get in there. I think the kids are away. I might. Do you know what I might do? I might drop out and have a chat with Dermot and Frog. I'll get the train out that way. Yeah, that's what I might do. Yeah. I have to go to the funeral tomorrow night or thing tomorrow. A lady that, listen, this lady was Anne O'Connor from Baldoyle, and her husband Rory Ann died the other day, and she's a good friend of the family's, like, and she'll be sadly missed. So rest in peace, Anne O'Connor. I'll see, can I find that thing before we finish up, and I'll put it up just so as people can see when it is and what have you, because she was just a remarkable lady, I swear to God. Paul, even if
have we anything else? Have we anything else to put up?
Yes. Hang on, I'm going to delete this. Delete this one. The WEF. I think this is WEF about the hate speech, is it? I'm going to play this one and we'll come back.
Of December, there will be an international congress in Marrakesh, Morocco, with regard to this global compact on migration. And the participating countries are set to sign this agreement. And although this joint agreement isn't binding, it's still meant to be the legal framework on which the participating countries commit themselves to build new legislation. And one basic element of this new agreement is the extension of the definition of hate speech. The agreement wants to criminalize migration speech. Criticism of migration will become a criminal offense. And media outlets, and that also concerns you, that give room to criticism of migration can be shut down. The compact for migration is legalization of mass migration.
Yeah.
Well, that could be our show gone, Paul.
It's like, yeah, what do you mean? We just have to stop slagging.
We won't be allowed to say anything or do anything or
we'll just stop slagging. We'll just stop slagging. We'll get 3 strikes. They'll say, oh, you can't do it, and we won't listen. And then they'll say you can't do it again, and we won't listen. And then we'll do it the 3rd time. So we can't.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Mark Joseph sent a thing into me.
Who?
A friend of mine, Mark Joseph, he ran in the elections. He was with us. Mark has been with us since the start. Like, he's a good guy, you know. But this is a school out his way. Watch this. This is just. Look at the rainbow flag everywhere in its school. Oh my God.
That doesn't surprise me. I thought there'd be all posters all over the wall and everything like that.
No. I had one there from the other night. I went with Gavin to a thing. I'll send it on to you out in a minute. But hey, listen. I'm going to just play this. This is the Git Ain't 2. Have you heard?
Oh, right. No.
There's a group of people in this movement who are doing real damage. Tobin is asked to respond to the criticism of his party for not standing beside some local immigration protest movements. Let's make one thing clear from the get-go. Yes, there is a movement, but On2 aren't in it.
And also, Middle Ireland, when they hear words like plantation, when they hear words like chemtrails, when they hear words like crystals and leprechauns, they just lose.
Yeah, let's not call the plantation a plantation. And why not do what the mainstream media, the establishment, the Marxists on the left and their globalist puppet masters always do? And associate something that's very real, i.e. the plantation, with something that's not. When have you ever heard anyone in the movement talking about crystals and leprechauns? Nice try.
If you design a message, you need that message to be, you want to design it so Middle Ireland can understand it. So you want, and go back to the very first question, you want the message so Middle Ireland will be persuaded by it.
Middle Ireland need to be able to understand it. Do you hear that, Middle Ireland? You're dumb. But Middle Ireland does understand it. Middle Ireland is starting to gather in their thousands at protests and march against it all. By the way, I think by Middle Ireland he means us mere peasants. Walk down any main street, walk into any hairdresser, pub or shop, and all Middle Ireland is talking about is the immigration problem. Middle Ireland is very much a part of this movement, and you're not. On2 or Sinn Féin Light signed up for the Anti-Racism Election Protocol 2019. Sounds good, doesn't it? No Hate Speech Movement. No Hate Speech Movement is a youth campaign led by the Council of Europe Youth Department, seeking to mobilise young people to combat hate speech. Hate speech, otherwise known as speech they hate. But this protocol was brought to us all by ENAR, or EINAR. Their website promotes anti-fascist Europe and anti-fascist Ireland. They support an Ireland for all. They actively campaign against the mythical far right, otherwise known as the concerned people of this country. But they don't just campaign about it online. They actively counter-protest all these protests and grassroots movements that are happening around the country. Oh yeah, they're also linked to the Muslim Brotherhood. And they're so pro-abortion that they claim that being anti-abortion is racist. What have the pro-life On2 party to say about that? Don't be too upset with me now today, On2, because I haven't even started. There's a lot more to come.
I love
Says it as it is, as always.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, go back to that comment there. I was thinking the same thing. When he's talking about Middle Ireland, it's like Middle Earth, Lord of the Rings. The comment before.
There we are there. Here's Dick Brown. This is this gobshite again. Ireland Force. At Ireland Force, can you please explain your affiliation with the Muslim Brotherhood? Told you this already in the video. Whoever you are, we know who you are. Nothing got to do with me. That was a guy from Coolock who did all that. To all 7 people watching. Jesus, go up and have a look at the numbers there, you dickhead. Were you celebrating the title win with them on last weekend? I was celebrating the title win because I'm a Liverpool supporter. Yeah, I really was, yeah. Mo Salah is a great player. Nothing got to do with the Muslim Brotherhood. You know who went up north. You know who went to the Muslim Brotherhood. And it wasn't this kid here. Okay, so Dick Brown, fuck off. Stop giving anyone coming in from the outside Ireland free money. Yeah, stops tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, you see, if the money stops, it all stops because they're not going to be coming here if they're not getting anything.
Daniel, great show. Good night. Oh, God bless.
Thanks, Daniel.
Daniel, I know
have we anything else before we finish up?
Yeah, there was a few people sent in a few things, but no, that's saying too. He's gone. I have Councillor like Gavin Pepper now that I'm going to play, and then I'm going to just finish off with the Ukrainians bragging about their new homes.
What's this about?
I'm just going to do Gavin first. Okay, Gavin was in.
There was a class F20 put into it. So they're still saying it's not going to be. The government should be coming out giving clarity. A family shouldn't have to march on a Monday night in the lashings of rain with their young kids. But it just goes to show the failure of the politicians in the Republic of Ireland that they don't care. The TDs that represent the community wouldn't come out again tonight when you are all out. They'll turn up the odd night. And it's just disgraceful. It's a joke. You seen what happened with the fella that's threatening to kill the kids? You all saw that? Yeah. You know? Fair play to the lads that went up and ran that fella. Because at the end of the day, we don't want people like that in our country. Our kids should be safe. And you go up to that Mountjoy Park, you can't even send your kids up to the playground anymore. That's what a lot of the ma's are saying to me tonight walking along. The kids can't even go up to the playground. Should you be allowed to go to a playground? Yes! Yeah, it's a joke.
It's a playground.
Exactly. It belongs to the community and the area around it. And the kids should be able to go out and play in safety. But no. Underinvestment always in the working class areas and punched down upon by the rich clowns in the door that are only worried about their own areas. They all support another scumbag, Judge Martin Nolan. Yeah. There you go. Let's the sex offenders all like this know tomorrow. It seems to be, if you're a paedophile in this country, that the government supports you, because they don't seem to be calling out the judge that's letting them all off. Now, we don't want foreign dangerous men in our country, do we? No. Roston House is to be turned into a community centre for the community. Yeah. Turn it into a creche. Yeah. Turn it into something, a boxing club, a sports centre. Something for the community. The community is under-resourced with nothing for the kids to do. And they always wonder why your areas are plagued by drugs and criminality. We've enough criminals and problems in our working class communities. We don't need to import them. So send them home and turn it into a community centre and let this community get on with its life and come out and give them some clarity.
Well said, Gavin. Fair play. Yeah. You have Dick Brown.
Is Gavin coming to Cork?
Yeah, as far as I know, yeah. But
Good.
we have Dick Brown there talking again. Evelyn, you need to speak with Colin McGettrick. That's the same Colin McGettrick that was coming down. No, but this is the same fella that was coming down to take me out of my house there about 6 weeks ago. I'm still sitting here.
Oh, yeah, remember that chap in the face.
Yeah. Speak to whoever you want, mate. Speak to whoever you want. You won't be getting on here again there, dickhead. Okay? You're an arsehole. But Gav is wicked. Yeah, he is. Gav is great.
Yeah, he's very good. Yeah. He's very good.
Middle-aged Ireland. Yeah, everything that Gavin is saying is spot on. Listen, Gavin is brilliant. We have our own criminals. Yeah.
Well, we do. This is the problem. We have enough of our own gangs and criminals out there that we can't control without bringing in more.
Yeah. No, that's Ukrainian.
Did you say you wanted to do? Was there something on the Ukrainians?
No, this is designers. No, this is no. Okay, no, that's not it. I don't think it is. No, that was us. Yeah, Ukrainians. Just bear with me there.
Yeah, I know, because you were saying about something to do with the Ukrainians, and then you went back over to Gavin.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what, Paul? You have the what's that saying? You have the oh my God! Now I've gone and lost it now. You have the attention. What is it? What's that saying? You have the attention.
Span of a goldfish.
I'm not too bad. It's getting late for me tonight as well.
Yeah, that dog shouting on his laptop. Fuck him. Yeah, okay. Well said, fella. Well, I'm just gonna see here. Is this the one? Just bear with me there. And
I don't know. All you just said it was something to do with Ukrainians, and then you went off to something else. That's what I mean. You have like the attention span of a gnat. Attention span. That's it.
Attention span. Yeah, it is. Ukrainians. What's this? How big is this one? 111. Yeah, this could be it. Yeah. I need a new. Get up out of that with your shite now. Yeah, I did see it there while I was looking. Let's just play this for a minute. This is just a minute.
With thousands of Ukrainian refugees still living in hotels across Ireland, the government has committed to building 700 modular homes like these in sites right across Ireland. Now, they've missed many deadlines, but the second of these sites here in Durley Park in Sligo is now complete, and 22 Ukrainian families have just moved in. Feel welcome in Ireland?
Absolutely welcome.
Like home. And what is your hope? I know you hoped the war would be over by now.
Don't think about it, because if you have hope and it not comes true, it's very hard understanding. It's the best way to live today and now, and don't dreaming about future and dreaming only about stopping a war.
Some locals wonder why we can't build emergency accommodation like this within the same 4-month time frame that's happened here for Ukrainian refugees. And some local politicians have said there is a bubbling resentment between Irish people and locals over this type of accommodation and different approaches to the refugee crisis and Ireland's housing crisis. Hear more on Drive Time Radio 1.
Did you hear what he said there? Did you hear what he just said there at the end of that? There is a resentment between the locals and the Irish people. They're not locals. Yeah. They're from Ukraine. They're not locals. Yeah. The Irish people are the locals.
And never mind about the war. They should be saying, what war? What war? Go home.
Exactly what war. Most of Ukraine.
You can book hotels. There's pubs open in Kiev. There's restaurants open in Kiev. You don't need to be here.
No, you don't. Great modular.
Did I actually, before we go, did I send you the stuff on from Cork? About the planning permission.
Boom, boom, boom.
Did I send it? Because I put up my Facebook page, but I'm just trying to think, did I
No,
send
you
it on
didn't.
to you in relation to Cork?
No.
I think I did.
Okay.
Did I not send the two screen? I think I thought I sent the screenshot on to you.
Cork.
Just
Cork,
check again.
Cork. I'm checking.
I think I did.
China, halal butchers. No, that's it. That's it. I've gone too far. Gone too far. Yeah. Paul McKeown,
Well,
most of Ukraine and the West is in trouble. Free these people are here for life. They are here for life.
Well,
Of course they are.
there's a place in Cork that has been refused planning permission with all these nonsense excuses. But like, do you know what? I'll put it up for the show the next night. But I think there was going to be something like 80 something apartments, but there was going to be a creche, there was going to be a playground, there was going to be like loads of facilities, and yet it's been refused planning over just nonsense. But yet you don't need planning for iPass.
That's exactly what I said there. He looked fighting age. Is he a soldier on leave? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. They're all on leave.
Ukrainians all working cash in hand in pubs and restaurants and kitchens. Yes, they are. Dick Black by name, Black Duck by nature. You're right, mate. He just keeps changing names. Dick Black, Dick Brown, Dick Gray. He's a gobshite. A gobshite. Come up and talk, Dick, if you want to talk. You have the number. Send me a message. I will send it to you, and you can come up and talk to me. Come up and show your face, man, instead of your little fake profiles. The elites will empty Ukraine. They want to plunder it. Not Ireland's problem. The Ukrainians need to go home and sort their own country out. It's true.
Yeah, exactly.
True. Yeah. Is Dick a mate of Mustafa Shui? Yeah, he is. Yeah, it's the same guy. Yeah, they're twins.
He's not a mate. Same guy.
Yeah, same guy. Yeah. Fill me in, Krakow. Yeah. Yeah,
yes,
there we go.
yes.
That's another one. Yeah. Get rid. Okay, I think we're all right there now. Done, Gavin. Done. Boom. Yeah, the Ukrainians, they're done as well. Yeah, I think that's it, Orla, for this evening. I just want to...
Yeah, look, it's after 11:30. Some of us need beauty sleep, not me.
I don't need them. Just a picture to put up. Just a picture to put up here for... I don't need beauty sleep. Whoa. No.
No, you look fabulous for 164, Paul. I will give you that.
6 hours does me, Orla. There we have it. Wanker of the week.
Oh, very good. Yeah, wanker of the week. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, that's him. So there you are. William, what was his name? William what? William something or other.
Oh, I can't think of it.
Doesn't matter. I have one more thing to put up there. Yeah. And I will drop you down, Orla, and I will finish up now myself. Okay.
Go on, Padder. Where's the line?
What did Padder say? Let the line roll.
No, I said, go on, Padder. Where's the line?
Where's the line? Yeah, there you go.
He normally puts up the line.
Padder. Great show, Orla and Fitz. No problem,
Thanks,
Padder.
Yeah. He should have it up now in a second. Hold on.
Yeah, yup. Great show again, guys. Paul and Orla.
Thanks,
and again, Paul, I'm so sorry. I took you up wrong earlier. I read it wrong. So I'm sorry again for that. Okay, mate. Cheers. It's great. The input
Paul,
you give to the show.
As I said,
I know
it takes a big person to
apologize.
apologise.
I know. Drew Cook, great night yet again. Fair play. Stay safe.
Thanks,
Good night,
Drew.
folks.
See, Paul, what I'm saying about that's why I'm just saying that's why you're not a politician, because you apologise. Because politicians don't apologise; they never admit they're wrong and they blame everybody else.
Yeah, well, I'm not a politician. I'm just an ordinary guy trying to do the right thing. That's all I'm trying to do.
The line of truth.
The line of truth. All right, I'll drop you down. I'll talk to you in a minute. Okay. I'm just going to share this now. This is actually, if anyone wants to, this is my friend Anne O'Connor, Marie Baldoyle. She died the other day. She died on May 27, 2024. She was a good friend of my ma's, good friend of mine. She was just a beautiful woman. And she will be, she's reposing at Fitzgerald's Funeral Directors in Bayside on Friday from 3 p.m. to 5. Anyone who knows that. Funeral mass on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. in the Church of St. Lawrence O'Toole in Baldoyle, followed by burial in Balgriffin Cemetery in the new extension. You can watch it online as well if you want to. But hey, God bless Anne. Rest in peace. So yeah, guys, I'm just going to stop sharing that there. And good motto, good again, Paul August thing. Yeah, love the show, Paul and Orla. Yeah, no problem. Locals, great stream. Love the work you are doing from all the Irish. Cheers, lads. Thanks very much. I'm going to let the line roar now. Snacks for the line. Pada, Jesus, Paul, R.I.P. and respect, sleep sound. Yeah, thanks, Pada. She's a lovely woman. But guys, as I say every night when we're finishing up here, the truth is like a lion. You don't have to defend it. You just let it loose and it will defend itself. Good night and God bless. Take care.